Okay. Here we go again. Hi, everyone. Here, Tommy Walker, the mining engineer. And today we're going to be talking about being okay with where you are is key to be able to start moving forward. This is a very interesting topic because, again, a lot of people are stuck in their life in different aspects of their life, and maybe one aspect of their life, they try to move forward and they're not being able to. So I want to share some insight and information here so that it makes sense why you might be stuck, what you need to do to be able to get unstuck and start moving forward. So thank you very much for being here. Let me change, as we normally do, the camera a second. So we're going to go like this. We got, yep, here we go. Perfect. So thank you again. If you're watching live on Facebook, #live, that would be awesome. If you're watching replay, #replay, whether it is on Facebook or any other platform that you're watching this video, that would be great. For the people on Zoom, thank you there. Here we go. So why do I want to talk about this? Being okay with where you are is key to be able to start moving forward, okay? So the first thing we need to understand is how the mind works, okay? We need to understand that the mind is our best friend and is trying to keep us safe. A lot of people see the mind as something negative, as something that is against us, something that is getting in the way of being able to get what we want. The truth is, normally the mind is trying to protect you. The problem is that many times the part of you trying to protect you has very little information on how to deal with a specific circumstance. I'm going to share some examples in a second. So if the mind has limited information on how to deal with a specific matter, it's going to do everything it can to deal with it, but normally it's not going to be in our best interest. Does that make sense so far? Type a 1 in the chat if that is making sense so far, that the mind, that part of you, that it may be procrastinating, a part of you that is eating a lot, a part of you that is not going to the gym, a part of you that is struggling to, I don't know, do your taxes or whatever it is. There is a part of you that is trying to keep you safe for a reason. So again, to be able to move forward, it's not about stepping over that part of you that's trying to protect you. Because again, guys, I'm going to say something very silly, but if I tell you this, I want you all to stop breathing. Let's stop breathing for 5-10 minutes. Most of you are not going to want to do it. Maybe some of you will try a couple of minutes, and then the body is going to resume respiration, even though it goes against what you're trying to do, because again, the body is trying to keep you alive. If you stop breathing, you're going to die, right? But the truth is, you cannot just stop breathing. But if you force yourself to stop breathing, eventually the breathing mechanism is going to kick in and you're going to start breathing again. So going back to this, when you're stuck in a specific moment in your life, when you're stuck in a specific circumstance in your life, when you're stuck in every place of your life, there's a reason why you're stuck. Listen to that again. There is a reason why you're stuck. So if you're going to step all over yourself to move forward, that is not the best option you have out there. And yes, a lot of people do that. But I'm going to ask you this, guys. Do you like when people step over you? Type a yes or a no if you like when people step all over you. Do you like that? Yes or no? Share it in the chat, please, guys. Let's do some interaction so I know you're listening, you're paying attention. Do you like when people step all over you? The no's are coming in. Exactly. Nobody likes to be stepped all over, but we do it to ourselves, guys. When we're stuck, when we're procrastinating and we kick ourselves in the butt to do what we supposedly need to do, unfortunately, what we're doing is stepping all over ourselves. The exact same thing we don't like others doing to us, we do it. So again, if you're having a hard time dieting, if you're having a hard time asking for a raise in your job, doing the things you need to do for your business, asking out somebody, breaking a relationship, whatever it is that you're stuck, not being able to do it, procrastination is a protective mechanism. So if I'm not okay in understanding that that is a protective mechanism, and I step over that protective mechanism, what I'm doing is I'm not really understanding what's going on deeper. So let me give you an example, okay? Imagine that I need to do my taxes. Good example, right? It has already, I don't know, April, I think it is in the States, that you got to do your taxes or whatever it is, you got to do something. Let's pretend the taxes now. I might be postponing doing my taxes because deep down I'm scared of the amount of money I'm going to have to pay back to the government. So again, I'm scared of the amount of money I'm going to have to pay to the government. So I'm postponing doing what I need to do. So if I kick myself to do my taxes, I'm not really facing the fear. I'm not understanding why the fear is there. And again, we need to understand that the fear is there because we're telling ourselves a story behind the fear. Every emotion has a story, a belief behind it. What I call, yes, the belief. We have a belief story that triggers an emotion, that triggers a behavior. So procrastination is the end result, guys. I keep seeing over and over again out there saying how to overcome procrastination, breaking things that you got to do into small chunks, step by step, taking baby steps. And yes, that is not bad. Don't get me wrong, guys. But if I really want to understand what's going on and change that for good and even take massive actions, I need to really understand. Procrastination is the byproduct. Okay, there's fear behind the procrastination, this example that I gave you. Maybe there's shame, maybe there's guilt, maybe there's other emotions. In this case, for the example, okay, it's fear. Why is the fear there? And I said, I'm trying to find the context of the fear. Why am I scared? I'm scared of the amount of money I'm going to have to pay for the government, to the government. Okay, so why am I scared of that? I got to start asking myself, why am I scared of that? Look at that. Okay, so what am I feeling? First and foremost question that I always ask, connect with our emotions. Why am I feeling this? So we're exploring now that part. I'm feeling scared. Scared of what? Scared of the amount of money I have to pay to the government. So why does that bother me? And imagine, for the sake of this example, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to have enough money. I might not have money to pay for the rent. I might not have enough money to pay for the food, whatever. So, okay, now that we found a little bit more context of what's going on, I might not have money to pay the rent. How would that make me feel about myself? Listen to that. The third question, how would that make me feel about myself? How would it make me feel about myself if I cannot pay the rent? It's going to make me feel that I'm not good enough, that I'm not worthy, that I'm not valuable, that I'm stupid because I didn't save the money that I needed. I used it in other stuff, and maybe instead of saving it to pay the taxes that I knew I had to pay, but I didn't pay. So again, I'm trying to understand and trying to be okay where I'm at to then be able to move forward. Most people push themselves, kick themselves in the butt to do things. In this case, let's do the taxes. But they miss the opportunity to understand why they are struggling in the first place. So again, if I feel that I'm stupid because I didn't save the money for taxes, although I had told myself, oh, I have to save money for the taxes because I know it's going to come later, sooner or later, I'm going to have to pay. I totally forgot. So I'm going to try to understand the story I'm telling myself first, and then be able to bring information that might bring that story down. So in this case that I'm doing, the case of the taxes, I feel fear. Fear of what? Fear of not having enough money for, paying a lot of money. That's paying a lot of money to the government. Why am I scared of paying a lot of money to the government? That is just the excuse of the mind. The real truth is I'm scared that I'm not going to be left with money to live to pay my daily expenses. So, okay, how will that make me feel about myself? That, again, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm stupid. Okay, in this case, let's pretend again, I'm stupid. So am I really stupid, or did I make a mistake? So I start exploring on that part. Am I really stupid because I did something stupid? So the connection that the mind is doing is, you did something stupid, you didn't save for your taxes, so now you're stupid. That is the connection the mind is doing. So I need to break that connection, but not by force, by understanding. Oh, wait, so I am realizing, this is a very powerful statement. I am realizing that I have connected that I'm stupid because I did something stupid. I am realizing that I'm tagging myself. I'm putting, a tag to myself that I'm stupid because I did something stupid. Is that 100% true? The truth is it's not. Why? Because I can do something stupid, but that doesn't define who I am. That only comes from maybe an unresolved issue where I wanted to buy a new car because that's going to make me feel good. And I want to buy the car, and I prioritize spending that money on a car instead of saving part of it to pay for the taxes. So am I really stupid? No, I made a mistake and I came from my unresolved issues and I didn't realize what I was doing back then when I made that decision. So when I start understanding a bit more why I'm doing what I'm doing, the procrastination, that is a protective mechanism to protect me from feeling like stupid. Because again, look at this, guys. As I'm now doing the taxes, I don't confirm the association in my mind that I'm stupid because I still have money. But if I confirm that I have to pay $5,000, $10,000 to the government, whatever it is, guys, to pay to the government taxes, I lose that money even in a bank account in my mind because it's not actually in my house, maybe, right? But it's just numbers in a spreadsheet. I'm going to confirm that I'm stupid. So to prevent myself from confirming that I'm stupid, I procrastinate. Type a yes in capital letters if that makes sense, guys, on how the mind is working and protecting yourself. So again, pushing yourself to take actions, unfortunately, is missing the point. The point is not taking actions. The point is understanding why you're not taking the action. So again, going back to the statement at the beginning, is being okay with where you are is key to then move forward. If I can understand why I'm stuck where I'm at, love myself, support myself where I'm at right now, as I just did with the example of the taxes, understanding that Tommy is not doing the taxes because he's scared of confirming that he's stupid in his mind. He's doing this protective mechanism. Now I can start changing the story. As I just told you guys, I'm going to share it again, changing the story. That is going to trigger a more positive emotion, maybe mixed up with a little bit of fear yet, if there's other stories there, but I'm going to be able, if I did it correctly, to start taking actions. Okay? So I'm scared of confirming that I'm stupid because I didn't save enough money to pay my taxes. So again, am I really stupid? The truth is, I'm not stupid. I did something stupid. Okay, so why did I do something stupid about saving money for my taxes? Oh, I bought this car. Why did I buy that car? Did I prioritize buying that car or having those vacations or whatever it is that you spend more money on instead of saving it for your taxes? There was another reason why you did that. And again, maybe it was you weren't feeling good. You always wanted these vacations. You always wanted this to make you feel good about yourself. So now suddenly you spend that money and now you don't have that money. So was it stupid? No, it was another coping mechanism. Listen to that. Maybe you spend that money as another coping mechanism. So if you beat yourself up, you're not being able to truly spot your negative beliefs that you might have. Again, I'm stupid. That could be, again, a false belief, of course, that I have about myself. Another one is that I needed this on the outside to fill a gap on the inside. I needed something on the outside that prioritized over saving the money for taxes because that's what is going to make me feel better. So I need to work on that too, to understand that my value, I am attaching my value to the things that I get on the outside, to the things that I purchase, to whatever achievement on the outside. That is another belief I need to explore, understand, support myself through that belief, understand, okay, Tommy is doing this because he has put that achievements come from the outside. Oh, I am realizing that I have attached my value to my achievements. Okay, is that right? Of course not. So I am now learning how to change my self-value to be something from the inside and not from the outside. Another learning experience with this exact example of procrastination. So I just break it into chunks. If I just go push myself to do the taxes, I am missing all these learning parts of why I'm procrastinating, because I'm scared of what? Of confirming that I'm stupid. So the idea that I'm stupid is already inside of me. The doubt or the belief, let's put it this way, the belief that I'm stupid is still in there. So by taking action by force, I'm not changing that belief. I'm suppressing it. I'm covering it up, but eventually it's going to come out again, and it's going to keep me stuck again. I'm going to find myself procrastinating over something else now. And that is not the idea, guys, is to be able to understand at a deeper level what is going on, to be able to start reprogramming, to start being able to make changes. I realize I don't like other people's judgment, however, I also judge myself. Exactly. Whatever we're seeing on the outside that I'm not liking from others, I don't like other people judging me. There's three fingers pointing back at me. So the truth is, I'm judging myself. I don't like it. I don't realize that I'm doing it because with me, it's very difficult to realize what I'm doing to myself. So I need other people and circumstances to use them as mirrors to see what I'm doing to myself. So again, procrastination, going back to the first talk again, if I'm not okay that I'm procrastinating as a protective mechanism to understand what is underneath that, it's very difficult to move forward. And if I move forward, I'm going to require a lot of energy. It's going to bring a lot of anxiety, stress, even burnout, exhaustion, because I'm doing it from the wrong reasons. Type a 10 in the chat, guys, if this is making sense. Please share with me, guys. Is this making sense? Why we need to be okay where we are to then be able to move forward. If I'm not okay where I'm at, it's going to be very difficult to move forward, because if I'm beating myself up because I'm procrastinating, I'm beating the part of me that's trying to protect me. Listen to that phrase again. If I beat myself up for procrastinating, judging or criticizing myself for procrastinating, I am beating myself up. I'm beating the part of me that is trying to protect me. So at the end of the day, I'm starting a war with a part of me that's trying to protect me. And that's not the idea. I feel naked if I don't protect myself. Exactly. Thank you, Suzanne. I feel naked if I don't protect myself. Exactly. That's what happens to a lot of people. They don't feel okay if they bring down those protections. But to bring them down, it's not about bringing them down. It's by understanding them, changing the story, Suzanne, because if you feel naked, if you don't protect yourself, it's because you still haven't given yourself what you need so that that protection comes down without you feeling naked. Does that make sense? This is very important. If I'm not yet ready to bring that protection down, it's because I haven't dealt with the root cause correctly, guys. So I started with talking to my anxiety. Either good reason why you're there. I'm here for you. I love you. There you go. So is accepting whatever is going on. Ramona was saying about anxiety. Exactly. I feel anxiety. I stick with the anxiety. I observe it. I feel it. I accept it. I support it. And then I try to understand it, guys. When I'm able to understand anxiety, the other day I was working with somebody that was telling me, yeah, I'm always living in the future. Living in the future is a way of control, guys, because I'm trying to project a future that is going to make me feel good about myself today. This is another thing that a lot of people are using as a protective mechanism, because they're not okay where they are. They want to move forward by projecting a future that is going to be the one that they want. And a lot of people don't get that, guys, because remember, what I believe in is that we're here to evolve. We're here to grow. We're here to learn. If I just can manifest whatever I want, and many times I'm doing it from the wrong reasons, because I want to have $1 million, I want to buy a bigger house, I want to have a bigger car, I want to have this or that, just because I don't feel good and I wanted to fill in the gap, many times the soul is not going to allow the universe to bring that your way, because it's not aligned with your higher purpose. You're doing it from the wrong reasons. So if you're not okay where you are, it's very difficult to move forward and to manifest, as we were talking a little bit ago about, struggling with finances. So if I'm not okay where I'm at, it's going to be much difficult to move forward. So I need to accept, okay, again, an example of anxiety. I'm feeling anxiety. Why am I feeling anxiety? Okay, what else am I feeling about from anxiety? I'm trying to live in the future. Why am I trying to live in the future? Because I'm scared of what's going to happen next. Okay, fear again. Let's use the example from here. Another emotion, fear of the negative things that could happen. Okay, what could negative things happen? That I lose my job. Okay, why would that bother me? Because I'm going to feel like crap if I lose my job. Why would you feel like crap if you lose your job? Because it's going to make me feel like I'm a failure. So boom, again, I found the belief. So I feel like a failure. I'm scared of losing my job. So I'm planning always the future on how to be better at my job, try to control the future, creating a possible future right now, right? Thinking about the future, try to bring it right now, because I already am scared. I'm going to try to cover up the fear and the feeling of failure. So am I going to be able to move forward like that? It's going to be very difficult. What I need to do, guys, is again, okay, I'm feeling fear of the future, because if it doesn't go my way, and listen to this, if it doesn't go my way, it's going to make me feel like a failure. So look at the association just I brought to you guys. I'm going to be a failure if I lose my job, if things don't go the way I would like to. So you are defining that your being, what you're saying is, I'm a failure, I am a failure, my being is a failure if I lose my job. That is the wrong association again, because maybe you lose your job because you're so amazing that you're supposed to go in another path, and the universe is guiding you to another path. But instead, we call ourselves a failure because things didn't go the way that we think from our ego, not from our soul. You see the difference there, guys? Type a 20 on the chat if that makes sense, please. 20 in the chat if that makes sense. Thank you. 20 is coming in. So I need to understand what's going on in my mind instead of fighting it, instead of repressing it, instead of kicking myself in the butt, guys. I need to understand what is going on. If I'm not growing my business, if I'm not going out there and looking for a partner, if I'm changing my partner, opening up to my partner, asking for a raise, asking for more money, whatever it is, guys, that you are in a way not being able to move forward, there's a protective mechanism behind it. So instead of beating your hand because it's holding, imagine that I'm, at the ledge looking down at, I don't know, in the Grand Canyon. I'm at a ledge, I'm holding on to something and I'm looking down. Imagine, look how stupid this is. This hand beating the other hand up because it needs to let go. But if it lets go, I'm going to fall over, right? So imagine that this hand has a limited view of what is going on. So this hand wants to, lean over a little bit more, but doesn't realize, right, that if this one lets go, you might fall over. And this one over here might have a limited view too, that maybe it's not seeing that you're hooked up with a harness and a rope. And if it lets go, you're going to still be hanging from a rope and a harness. So this hand is holding up, this hand is starting a war. But instead of communicating and say, hey, why don't you let go? Don't you see that we're connected with a rope and they're holding us over there? We don't need to hold on over here. So if I tell you, and you trust me, guys, and this is what you got to work on, imagine that I'm hanging from a ledge from my hand. And I can see, because I've done rope climbing and I know about it, I can see that I'm connected to a rope, that the rope is well connected to my harness through, sorry, the name in English, I don't remember now, but to carabiner, right? There we go. and I see that it's anchored to a tree, and I know that I cannot fall, I can let go without any problem. So I let go that. But if this hand cannot understand what's going on and is scared, it's not going to let go. So don't you realize, guys, that many times you're holding on to something because actually you're not understanding the entire story behind this. So if you can understand the entire story, that's when the mind can choose to let go false beliefs. That is going to bring more positive emotions, and that's going to start creating better, more positive, constructive behaviors. Did that analogy make sense, guys? A 30 in the chat if it makes sense. This is the first time I use that analogy, and I think it helps to make more sense, because again, a part of me is holding, right? Because it doesn't realize that another part is connected to a harness that is keeping me safe. As this part is not seeing the other part, it doesn't want to let go. So if we can understand the whole story, yes, if I feel down in practice. So, but how do I understand the whole story? Asking questions. There you go, Romana, is asking many, many questions to understand the entire story. That is, again, being okay where you are so that you can bring the right information, so that part of you that is holding on to an old belief, to a protective mechanism, that part of you can start letting go. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen in a week, but it's going to start happening, Romana. You are changing the way you see life. Many months ago, your business was all about fitness and helping, women lose weight. Your entire business has changed because your mindset has changed. You have been able to connect at a deeper level with yourself, with what you really want to do. That is, in a way, understanding the entire story. And many times, and this is important to understand, we might see an entire story at that time, but later on, years later, even, you might see another story. And later on, you might see a bigger story. And that's how we change our life. Guys, that's how I have changed my life. But instead of going to war with my hand that is holding me tight to that tree, branch, whatever person, because I'm scared of falling, is, hey, why is this hand not wanting to let go? Why is it? Let's explore. Let's understand this. How am I feeling? Scared. I'm feeling scared of falling over. Okay, fear of falling over and maybe dying. Okay, fear of death. So start exploring what is actually going on with that protective mechanism. Procrastination, maybe it has to do with overreacting, overthinking, stress, anxiety, perfectionism, imposter syndrome. Whatever, guys, you're dealing with, it's the surface problem of, again, as I always say, there's an iceberg that most of it is underwater and you're seeing the tip of the iceberg. So whatever you're seeing, loss of focus, loss of motivation, ADHD, ADD, bipolar, depression, anxiety, addictions. I can keep naming more things, overthinking, burnout, exhaustion, stress, self-doubt, low confidence, low self-esteem. All of those are just the surface problem. So if you're able to start digging into the mind to find the bigger story, understanding what is going on, being okay where you are, and not to stay where you are. And this is what I want to be key with you guys. If you look at most people out there, even gurus, they're trying to take you out of where you are. And most of it has to do with force, changing your state, forcing yourself, the 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. All those things are moving you away from where you are and missing the chance, the opportunity to learn from that situation you're going through. Of course, if it's a life or death thing, yes, of course, your life has to take priority there and do whatever it takes to move away from, this unsafe environment. But if not anything else, you should be able to stop, reflect, understand what is going on, being okay where you are, understand, see the connection, the wrong connection your mind made around different things. Like, I'm stupid if I do something stupid. I'm a failure if I'm fired by my job, by my boss. I don't know, my partner breaks up. I'm a loser. I'm worthless. I'm not lovable. Whatever it is. Because deep down, our true being is worthy, lovable, amazing, brave, smart, everything. It's already everything, our being, our true being. But the problem is, our true being was this when we were born, but with all the circumstances we went through, it created a layer of garbage, a layer of crap on top of who we are. So most people, what they teach you is to create another layer on top of that, that being your new identity, that being your quote unquote, your true self or whatever, on top of the garbage. No, what we need to do is go through the garbage so that we can get rid of it, so that you can see underneath your true self. Write down on the chat, please, guys, true self. True self. Come on. That's what we're trying to do with this work, guys. Discover our true self, not become someone else, create an identity, create a persona, being us. But to be able to become that, we got to be able to stop, connect with what we're going through, understand why it's there, what protective mechanism we have in place, right? Not opening up, no shutting down our emotions, watching TV all day, scrolling through social media, eating, going to the gym very often, whatever it is that we're doing, guys, that could be a part of numbing our pain. It's a protective mechanism. So instead of pushing yourself to eat less, to go more to the gym, to stop procrastinating, understand why it's there in the first place. And that is going to allow you to start taking massive action. Thank you, Suzanne. Taking off the mask, getting rid of who you think you are, that it's not, and becoming, discovering your true self, not creating. It's not about creating. You are already. Is discovering your true self. In spirituality, the true groups that look for enlightenment are discovering who you really are. It's all about discovering who you are, not creating. The word creating doesn't exist in that way. You can create something around you, but who you are is already created. When you talk about creating, you're denying your existence, who you are. Whether you like it or not, indirectly, you're denying who you really are, because you got to create somebody else. No, you got to discover who you are. Write the word discover, guys. Discover. Human being rather than human doing. Thank you, Shan. Human being, exactly. Exactly. That's what happens to everyone. As we go in this journey of discovery, of self-discovery, guys, we start being scared of what we're going to meet, because again, we have a negative self-image. So we're scared. I have heard many times, let me see if I can say it correctly, that people are saying we're more scared of who we are than who we really think we are. I don't remember, there's a saying that some groups say, some gurus say, like, we're more scared of our light than on our darkness. Sorry, guys, that's not true. You cannot be scared of your light. What you're scared is the darkness that was, in a way, created around you as a little kid. That is what you're scared. That's why most people find a hard time going in to discover their true self, to do this work, because they're scared of what they're going to find. If you're scared of what you're going to find, you're scared about your darkness, not your light. Because if I would tell you, any of you guys, I could show you that I can't, but show you the amazing being that you are, show you a picture of your true self, of this amazing spiritual being that you are, of the person that I see when I look at you guys, you wouldn't be scared of meeting them, of meeting yourself. But you're scared not because of the of the light inside of you, but of the darkness that you think you are, because of the circumstances and the people around your life as a little kid that created these limiting, negative, and false beliefs. That is what's holding us back from becoming our greatest potential. The plant rised over the mud. Oh, yes, exactly. There you go. Love lotus symbol. There you go. So it's how can we become more of who we are? Is facing who we are not, understanding that we're not that, and that it can change. It is work and it's not easy. Because again, as I always say, if it's been 2023 years since Christ died, according to scriptures, according to the church, whatever, how come nobody has ever been able to become enlightened? Like if we look at the Catholics, right? Presbyterian church, nobody has ever done what Jesus did or more, and it's in the Bible. If you look at other religions, why have nobody else, like in masses, nobody else? Yes, there's other avatars, Yogananda, Yukteswar in Hinduism and many other religions or spiritual movements, where people got enlightened. But why is it not happening at a massive thing? Because we don't believe in ourselves. Although we might say it, deep down, we don't. We have a negative self-image about ourselves. And that's our biggest fear, guys, of who we're going to find inside of us. And if you could really see what I've seen in me and in others, and what I see in you guys, the potential you have, if I could really share that with you guys, and it's very difficult, you wouldn't ever be scared of meeting your true self, because it's just pure light, pure amazingness, love, determination, power, courage, everything, guys. So we need to be okay where we are, understand why we are where we are, understand the protective mechanism, why it's there, what we need to be able to let go of that protective mechanism to then start moving forward. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know with a yay in the chat, if that is making sense. If this talk today has helped you guys in any way, let me know in the chat. That would be great. Yay, there we go. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end now the live, guys. We do more or less half an hour, went a little bit over, and then I stay here online with the rest of the people here for half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe a little bit more, doing some laser coaching, some Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to join the elite membership to be able to be a part of these calls, to learn more, to go deeper into the mind and get some time with me, that's awesome. Just let me know and I'll drop the link here. Just type #elite and I'll send you the link to sign up for the membership. I created this to be able to help more people at a very low price, so it is more accessible for people to join. So thank you very much for joining us live. Again, for the people on Facebook, don't leave. Oh, sorry, on Zoom, don't leave. For the people on Facebook, thank you very much. And I'll see you Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern time with Entrepreneur Unleashed, or if not, next week. Thank you very much. See you around, guys. Take care. Bye.